And we are back. The matchup we have now is the boosted Bonobos versus Off in the Shower. Now,
So this should be an interesting one.
Yeah, we remember both of these teams, especially the boosted Bonobos. HMTKD, his Scion play was something to witness. I absolutely love this guy.
Yeah, it was one of the funnest things I've seen in Ascension so far.
But we definitely can't underestimate Off in the Shower, who did take a game off of the Blazing Bandits.
That is very much true. We did see a different Off in the Shower. We actually saw them with Tico, I believe, on AD carry. So we'll have to see if it's a little bit different now.
Do not deny me.
The Dezdan.
There's no turning back.
A lot of brawlery assassins banned so far.
A lot of rom nom nom.
I apologize. Okay. Warwick ban, huh? That's new. So we have Warwick, Zed, and Talon, and Camille, Aurelia. I don't know if there are any loss of bans on this one. Okay, Camille, Aurelia, Oriana. Those are some names to say real fast.
Camilla, Aurelia, Oriana.
You said Camilla.
I said Camilla, Aurelia, Oriana. Yeah, sorry, we had to last second fix the stream. So apologies for not seeing anything early.
So Jin Rengar picked up on the first rotation for, let me get these names right. We're Off in the Shower.
And the boosted Bonobos.
They actually pick up Swain first, huh?
The Stormin' Mormon. Oh, how I missed that name.
It's one of the funner names to say. So,
and then another one of my favorites, Fug Nuggler.
Fug Nuggler, definitely a popular person in the chat right now.
I want to see if I can still say it. How many nuggles can a Fug Nuggler nuggle if a Fug Nuggler could nuggle Fugs?
I hate you. Can I get a new play-by-play caster, please? Reported. Okay, so Caitlyn actually picked up here in this second rotation.
The Olaf from Juggleknob.
So the Swain pitch actually kind of says that the Off in the Shower cannot really pick a tank, because Swain into a tank matchup, Swain just absolutely dominates that lineup. So Swain into like Poppy, Swain just has a free lane pretty much.
The Ari and Lulu. This is the second time we've seen the Lulu today.
Yep, she's definitely getting much more popular as the mage supports start to slowly fade out.
Resurgence. I like Lulu a lot.
I am really curious about the Ari pick though. I haven't seen too much of her in a very long time. She is one of the more popular characters in League of Legends, so I guess it makes sense. But other than that, I really haven't seen too much out of Ari lately.
Nautilus picked up. Along with the Caitlyn, it's a pretty strong lane.
So that's actually going to be mid Swain. And not top. Okay. Well, that completely... It has to be, doesn't it? Because it's Swain top, Nautilus... Or Swain mid, Nautilus top, Decerux support, Caitlyn bot.
Oh, right. I can't see the last pick.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
I keep forgetting about that. So yeah, for those of you who can't see it, HMTKD has picked Decerux.
It makes me kind of sad. I was hoping to see Scion the show part 2.
So now the picks are locked in.
Wait, what?
We have the top Lee Sin.
Okay. What? Okay, I'm good with it.
Oh,
okay,
we have
now
the top Rengar now.
Alrighty.
Bug Nuggler, are you nuggling my fuggles?
He's definitely nuggling mine because I have no idea what's going on. Is that Tarek top?
What is going on?
Stop playing, people. Stop. Okay,
Goodness
there we go.
gracious.
HM, you naughty little devil, you.
So this is Ascension eSports. We are casting the Elder League. The matchup today is the Boosted Bonobos versus Off in the Shower. Both teams currently are fighting for the 6th place spot, at least according to the current ladder. I am your caster, Decerux. My co-caster here is Brandon, otherwise known as Dezdan. Meant to call him Brother Brando. Unfortunately, that slipped.
Oh no, my real name. They added an N to it. How would they ever have figured it out? Exposed. Goodness gracious.
Next, we shall be leaking his credit card information.
And social security. Well, might as well. Let me go ahead and grab my wallet.
Address as well.
Well, let's not go that far.
We will also be leaking his baby pictures.
Oh gosh. Well, you know, that I'm all right with. I was an adorable baby.
1v1 me adorableness and being 1 years old.
1v1 indeed.
I'll fucking crush you.
Oh, I'm sure. You know, let the pictures do the talking, I have to say. All right, we should be getting in the game here, and yeah, you know, it's getting late. We have to, the memes start to flow a little bit better as the night goes on.
This matchup, Boosted Bonobos Off in the Showers. The Boosted Bonobos consist of the Storm and Mormon, Juggleknob. It appears they have a new mid laner now, Belfasaur. Weird name to say. Nemers and HMTKD. Meanwhile, on Off in the Shower, we have Bug Nuggler, Piccolo Jack, Norman, Autumn Rain, and Horny Moose.
Yeah, we actually are pretty acquainted with Horny Moose. Shout out to Nate; he helped us out a lot with our season last split. So he was a solid sub for us during the whole thing. So I'm really interested to see how the Swain mid and the top Rengar are gonna fare in this game.
This is gonna be a fun match. I'm excited.
Seems like when you have the boosted bonobos, things just kind of get a little bit weird, but it's a good weird.
So, which comp do you favor most right now?
I don't know the effectiveness of top Rengar, but I don't know how Ari fares either. I do believe that maybe I would give it to the bonobos. We'll have to see.
I'm actually going to give it to Off in the Shower this time. The Rengar pick, yeah, it's unorthodox, but it is top lane. It does have the ult. Expect him
it's also Rengar
to roam with it. Expect him to take that ult, roam mid. You have a very immobile Swain. As long as they can abuse level 6 before Swain starts getting tanky, then it's going to be a pretty strong matchup for Off in the Showers.
I also think it depends on how the Lee Sin is played, how effective he can be in the early game. And wow, that was a fast load screen. But yeah, how the Lee Sin does in this early game, I believe, is going to set the pace for the series overall. Lee Sin in this kind of elo generally dictates the game based on his skill level, I believe.
You said Elo. This is Elder League of Ascension eSports, where the cream of the crop come to battle it out for glory, for pride, for everything and more.
Okay. Oh, we see a little... Oh, man, that was almost too close. I expected the hook to come out. So, yeah, that was a little bit questionable. I'm not too sure.
The dream of the level 5 skirmish does not happen.
Yeah, we saw it
I mean,
last
the level
time,
1
so
skirmish. I don't know why I said 5. 5v5.
we see a little bit of dancing going. These guys, man. Dancing in vision, you know. Sometimes you just gotta do it.
Yeah, and this is pretty much why the boosted bonobos are one of my favorite teams right now.
It's good that they can have fun with it. That makes the game so much better. If you can have fun with the game instead of it just being a salt pile for you, then you eat, no matter what, you'll learn a little bit of something, I believe.
Learn that everyone hates you.
So we did see the last time that we saw Blood Moon skin, it actually lost. So I wonder if maybe the same thing will happen here with the Blood Moon Jin.
The Blood Moon curse is on.
We are gonna say, okay. So Fugnuggler is gonna do the Rengar dance side of the bush. It's pretty funny animation to watch.
Getting
It's
a
like,
lot of
roar,
damage on the Storm and
roar.
Mormon.
Oh, League of Legends.
Never, never change.
Never ever. These two, oh my. That was a lot of damage. Fugnuggler actually hits level 2 first. That was a very good trade for Fugnuggler.
Yeah, ooh, the charm lands onto Belfusor. Gotta get used to saying that name. Oh, the first blood Horny Moose! Excellent play coming out from off in the showers.
Yeah, the bot lane is, I guess the curse isn't real. So, yeah, very well played by them. I guess the Caitlyn wasn't expecting the burst damage because it has both thumbs up. So,
Can't get over it, Fugnuggler.
yep, that animation is pretty silly to watch.
And a gank coming up. Juggle Knob looking to catch out Fugnuggler. But look who's on the backside of it. Oh, the hook lands on the Fugnuggler. He flashes towards Piccolo Jack. Piccolo Jack trying to intervene with this. Gets the kill on the Juggle Knob. Meanwhile, Storm and Mormon, it looks like you're next, friend. Here comes Piccolo Jack looking to get a pretty easy kill. Fugnuggler grabs that one.
Well, this doesn't look too good for the Bonobos. So,
See, I told you, I know my matchups. Ooh, Autumn
I'm
Rain
the one that
being stunned up.
I got the last one right. So,
I don't know what you're talking about.
actually, no, I got that one wrong because I bet all.
Oh my god! Off in
That
the
was what I-
showers are going off on a tangent.
And just like that, look at the gold lead so far.
Goodness.
It's 4 minutes in.
2.5k off in the showers are madmen.
And Jin already has double the CS of Caitlyn. One thing to note about Fugnuggler taking Rengar top, he actually doesn't have TP. So he gonna have a little bit less impact so far as lane pressure maybe, but if he can just continue to smoball the way he is right now, it could be, yeah. So we'll have to see. A lot of it depends on how the lanes push and stuff like that. And we're here
Another
again.
gank on the Storm and Mormon, repeating it over and over. So much damage getting melted at a very rapid rate. Misses the hook. Fugnuggler gets that kill. And off in the showers are the driver's seat of this match.
Yeah, off in the showers are off to the races with this one right now. That's a 2-0 Rengar. Even farm, against someone with TP, it's not looking too good for this early game.
Yeah, who needs TP when you got Rengar's ultimate?
Yeah, that's very true. Right now, oh goodness, look at the mid lane CS discrepancy.
This is looking very bad for the boosted Bonobos.
Yeah, this is one of the worst beginning starts to a game that I've seen in a while. So we'll have to see if they can kind of come back from a little bit.
Stun gets on the horny moves, but it's really not paying off too much. Because Nemers keeps getting poked over and over for it.
Yeah, it looks like HM's trying to do the best he can in this lane, but against the Lulu Jhin, I don't know that there's a whole lot he actually can do. Fuck Nuggler. That's just funny to watch. I fully expect to see Rengar banned next game just based off this first 6 minutes.
Oh my goodness, Fugnuggler doing so much work to the Storm and Mormon. Now HMTKD taking a lot of punishments. This bot lane for Off in the Showers is doing work.
Okay, had he landed that snare, that actually would have been really bad.
Oh my god, Fugnuggler. Thrill the Hunt is off. It doesn't look like it's going to get him too much. Here comes Juggernaut, picks up a pretty easy axe, gets the shutdown. And just the fact that that was a shutdown 6 minutes into this game is pretty devastating.
Yeah, it's 1-6 right now. Around a 3K gold lead. It's hurting to be a fan of the Bonobos right now. But all is not lost. It's definitely recoverable. We'll have to see what they can do from here on out. 7 minutes in, 6 kills.
This is what happens when you don't let HMTKD play Scion.
Yep, we actually have a kill per minute so far. So,
oh goodness. I've been waiting for a bloodbath.
Yeah, we'll have to see if this keeps on.
And look at this punishment. Horny Moose is on fire.
Yeah, Nate's doing a pretty good job so far, landing that harass. Looking good for the bot lane so far. It's actually a 2-0 Lulu. Gosh.
Wow.
Give me flashbacks to the solo lane Lulu. Just was a terror. Yeah, it's 62 CS on the Ahri to the 36 of the Swain. Not showing too much proficiency at CSing under tower right now. Swain does have one of the slower auto attack animations, so it can be difficult. So I understand, but if you're gonna play a champion, you need to know how to farm with it. So just a basic concept, really.
Yeah.
Good trade there from the Swain, though.
But he doesn't have too much mana left. Kilo Jack
That is very true.
This might look to take the dive. Storm and Mormon trying to run away. The Dragon's Rage is off. Storm and Mormon's losing health quickly, but Fugnuggler has to flash away. Good defense coming out of Storm and Mormon. Looks to flash the hook, almost gets it.
I think had he just went for the auto there, it actually probably could have been a kill. I don't know if the passive time was still ticking for Lee Sin, but I don't think he ever autoed Lee. I could be completely wrong, but, you know, hindsight. So down here, we're looking at... It's just a pretty large lead for... Oh, goodness. Horny Moose actually gets stunned up.
Yeah, but will Horny Moose actually win this one out? A lot of damage on the Nemers. Cosmic Radiance is out.
Looks like nothing was really gained from that. Lulu, it's just an ult trade, basically. So.
Oh,
and
this
also,
might call for the curtains. But no, it calls for the autos from Horny Moose.
Oh, man. Who needs a Jhin when you got a Lulu carry, you know?
Yeah, Horny Moose really doing work in this lane.
Yeah, strong showing from him so far. Yeah, it looks like Nimrus is having a little bit of a struggling time right now. I'm not too sure what he needs to do to change up what's going on right now. But you can't put the blame solely on him. Every lane seems to be losing right now. The Olaf does have a little bit of a CS difference, but that's negligible at this point.
And here
See if
comes the Ragnarok. Hardy Moose, you need to run faster than that, friend. Here comes Juggle. He actually stops. What was that? Piccolo Jack going on the assault for Juggle Knob. Autumn Rain picks up that kill, and the curtain call is up, but so is Ace in the Hole. Not going to do too much to stop him from using curtain call. Piccolo Jack trying to get the kill on HMTKD, but it does not pay off.
What actually just happened?
And there comes Norman. Gets that kill. Missed a
Good
lot
old
of things,
Ari.
but just the fact that he was Ari.
Good old Ari. You don't have to land anything, but you can still do damage. Oh man. But yeah, I don't exactly know why the Olaf kind of just stood still. I mean, at that point he was pretty much all in, so yeah, I'm not too sure about that.
Yeah, that could have been a kill on a Horny Moose.
Yeah,
Ragnarok
that would have been
was still
shutdown
on.
gold.
Should have been, yeah, should have been a shutdown.
A little bit of a misplay, I guess. Just it is. You just gotta play it out. When you're
about to
down
say it
this
is what
far,
it is.
yeah, and I caught myself. So whenever you're this far behind, you kind of just have to look ahead and see what you maybe can possibly do to get back into the game. While there is not a lot of options here for the Bonobos, I think they have to play off of what Off in the Shower does, the mistakes that they might possibly make. We'll have to see. Bug Nuggler actually here in the jungle of Jugglernob.
Bug Nuggler getting a lot of damage from that. But having to back off, Jugglernob getting punished. Dragon's Rage does not finish him off. Bug Nuggler might, but no, the slow coming out of Stormin Mormon prevents that kill. Stormin Mormon having to use his hook, but it does not get him out of danger. He does die, thanks to Bug Nuggler.
Yeah, those Dragon Rage nerfs actually coming in big there, saving Jugglernob. That would have been a dead Olaf right then and there in the old league.
In the old league.
In the old league. Even though the nerf was just like 2 patches ago.
Oh, and there goes Norman landing a perfect charm. Exhaust is not enough to deter an inevitable death.
This should be first tower, I believe. Yep. And that's a good bit of gold onto the Ari, who's doing pretty well in the lane so far. Even though it didn't land too much skill shots there and that little gank in the bot lane, but it's alright. Just
Landed the charm in the 1v1 with Belfusor.
yeah, and that's all that matters. So looking pretty good for the Off in the Shower right now.
Sean lands on the Horny Moose, and so does the trap, but unable to go off in time.
I'm not. Oh goodness.
Ace in the hole. It's Horny Moose. Here comes Stormin Mormon looking to snatch up Autumn Rain. Autumn Rain is locked up. HMTKD is falling low, and Autumn Rain picks up that kill. But Stormin Mormon gets the kill onto the ADC as well as the shutdown on the Horny Moose.
We were just asking what they needed to do, and that's, I guess, what they needed to do. That is where the TP advantage for the Nautilus actually does come in handy.
It's a start for now.
Yeah, it's definitely a start. It might stem the bleeding just a little bit.
But here comes a pretty big assault. Dedicating a lot to this, but not really committing as much as they should. They are going to get the dragon for it, though.
Yeah, it's Cloud Drake, so kind of whatever, but still. An objective's an objective at this point. They need to deny everything that they can from the Bonobos and deny any sort of comeback for possible. It is 3-12, so it's not looking too likely, but we have seen crazier things happen here.
Yeah, crazier things indeed. Stranger things, as we said earlier.
Yep, good show.
So the boosted Bonobos might be able to come back, but it's looking pretty grim so far. The power of that early game Lee Sin, as well as Bug Nuggler going off, really starting to show. The bot lane, every lane from Off in the Showers is just doing so well. It's going to be really difficult for the boosted Bonobos to get back into this.
Yeah, it's difficult, but they have to try.
And Norman getting hit by the death charge. This is boosted Bonobos trying their best to get into this fight. But here comes Fugnuggler, and down goes Storm and Mormon. Now Juggleknob is the next on the targets, but it doesn't look too good for him. Does drop to Fugnuggler.
I mean, it looked pretty good from the start, but they weren't able to burst the Ari down. So just winds up being a pretty bad trade, and that's what they don't need to do to get back into this game. So
yeah, give up more and more kills.
We actually have more kills in this game than we have minutes so far.
Bloodbath, that's how I like to see it.
Oh yeah, it's always a good time. I wish it wasn't quite as one-sided as it is right now, but you know, you can't always be too picky. The stun unfortunately misses. Rift Herald is picked up. They're probably going to give that to Fugnuggler. Believe they did.
Yeah, Fugnuggler
Yes.
does have it.
That is a very scary knife cat.
Here comes Belfusor looking to get a gank on to Autumn Rain. Autumn Rain does flash away. Ace in the hole lands on him. But overall safety for Off in the Showers.
Yep, and meanwhile Ari is shoving in the mid side, so actually looking to gank top possibly, or just walking in a complete circle. You know, I don't know what you're doing.
Gank on top wouldn't be too bad. Storm and Mormon has been utterly shut down this game so far.
And yet still has the most kills on his team. So that just kind of tells the story of the game, I believe.
Most kills and most deaths.
Yep. So unfortunate stuff for him. Could be up. Oh, never mind. That's the safety of the Ari though.
So much pressure coming out from the spot lane.
Yeah, this looks like a completely different Off in the Shower that we saw in the first week.
Well, they were against the Blazing Bandits. Don't forget that.
That is very true.
And if you hear that sound, that means Fugnuggler is around the corner. Here he comes! Annihilates! Completely, the bot lane is getting melted, and so goes HMTKD.
I swear, the new Rengar ult just sounds like a burp. Just a constant burp when yeah. Honestly, this game is probably a wash for the Bonobos. They might want to start thinking ahead to the future and say, okay, this game isn't going too well, and this game probably isn't going to end well, but we need to look ahead and maybe change some stuff up for the next time.
The tower is going down galore. So much gold. 10k gold lead in just 18 minutes.
That is massive. And at this point, that they're so far ahead, there's not a whole lot for them Off in the Shower to really do. You know? They've taken every objective on the map.
Yeah, now it's just the tower game. I suppose
Yep.
next they focus on the top lane tower, that tier 1's still up.
Yep, they're actually close to losing it, and that is the difference between having the Rengar roam down and the Nautilus having TP. Actually, there's a very glaring problem I'd like to point out if you look at the minimap. See if you can tell me what it is.
Are we talking wards here?
Yeah, I mean, look at the difference between Off in the Shower and the Bonobos right now. The map is just absolutely littered with red wards.
Fugnuggler going aggressive on the Juggleknob, doing a lot of damage, but the return is here. Ultimate is burnt. Here comes Piccolo Jack. Might look to Dragon's Rage into Juggleknob, but unfortunately isn't able to get it now. Storm and Warman in a bad spot. Sonic Wave does land. Will he go for it? No. The curtain call is open. Lands the bullet onto Storm and Warman. Meanwhile, some action going on towards the middle side of the jungle.
Not too much coming out of it though. 3-17 right now. Goodness gracious. We do see the Jhin is going the lethality build. That's really disgusting.
Yeah, the amount of damage that build just poops out is disturbing.
Yeah, the lethality changes were really good for, and that the Edge of Night is just such a strong item right now.
Ooh, Fugnuggler.
Yeah. How do you really commentate on what's going wrong right now, other than it just being a straight up bloodbath for the Bonobos?
Yeah, it's been an utter stomp. Bugnuggler on fire. Piccolo Jack on fire. Autumn Rain, Norman, Horny Moose, all on fire.
Yeah, there's just a lot of dead monkeys in this game right now. Poor Bonobos. As much as I love watching them, this has been difficult to watch for them. I'm sure they're definitely going to have to look back and see what they did wrong and see if they can correct it going forward. Cloud Drake is spawned.
The best Drake to have.
Oh yeah. Curious to see if we'll see any Baron stuff here. It's very early, so Baron's kind of hard to take. But
With
the off the shower, yeah, with off in the shower, how far ahead they are, it would not be impossible for them to do. And just the sheer lack of warding that is on the side of the Bonobos, they'd have to face check it.
Surprisingly, they're not really going after the dragon yet.
Well, they have plenty of time, really, at this point. They can afford to slow the game down just a little bit.
I don't know. I think with the gold lead they have, they should just push the tempo as much as possible.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean, if you manage to throw with a goal lead like this,
We've seen it.
We have
seen
seen
stuff
it
like that
many times, actually. 1458 crit, I believe that was, on the fourth shot of the gen. That is massive for 22 minutes in.
Yeah.
Just to put that in perspective, the Caitlyn has 1200 HP. That's.
Oh my goodness, Norman gets a really easy drive-by on the Nemers. But getting locked up by Storm and Mormon. Storm and Mormon might look to go after Nemers, but no. Bigelow Jack instead do the Dragon's Rage onto Belfusor. Belfusor does drop, but the Cosmic Radiance is out. Bugnuggler's not going to get too much out of that, but now it has dropped, which means the health bars of the boosted Bonobos are going to drop next, and Autumn Rain picks up that kill with the final shot of the curtain call.
And that is a 4-0, I believe. That's nasty.
And that is that tempo.
Yep, tempo. So,
and still, so much pressure applied. Juggernaut looking to try and get the return onto Bigelow Jack, but unfortunately, fourth shot does take him out.
Oh, that didn't even block it for him. Oh man, this. Well,
Bugnuggler go for this. He does do the exhaust on the Nemers, trying to punish out Nemers, but Flash is burnt. Oh, is that the end for Bugnuggler? It is.
Man. Yeah, that's got to feel good as the Caitlyn. You know, being 0-6 and finally get some gold coming in. That has to feel good.
Norman is locked up. Spirit Rush is yet to come off cooldown. About to. This fight may turn just based off of that fact. There goes the Spirit Rush going forward. Spirit Rush back out. Will it pick up the kill on Storm and Mormon? No. But Belfusor looking to try and get a flank. Not really going to pay off. Sonic Wave does land. Will the Resonating Strike go off? It does. And down goes Belfusor.
This gen is huge right now.
And Curtain Call once again looking to try and pick up Nemers, but Juggernaut defending that advancement.
That was a scary sound that gen skin made. Goodness, I wasn't expecting that. So we have an inhib down. There is an open inhib bot. They really should. I fully expect to see a Baron play coming here soon in the next maybe 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, without a doubt. Either they just keep up the tempo, or they Baron. Most likely.
Yeah. It seems very likely. The one thing they do have to worry about is the Olaf with Ragnarok coming in and possibly trying to steal. But even
with how
then,
much damage they have.
Yeah, they could just blow them up. They probably could even do the Baron before Olaf even could get there. That being said, the bot wave is actually shoving in favor. Or actually, there's a There's a banner minion put down by Horny Moose on the bot side. We'll have to see if that can make any work happen.
Caught up, is snared, is hit by the depth charge. It is a lot they're channeling into Fugnuggler. Will he be able to get away? No, he's not. The wild growth actually saves him, but he goes back in. Fugnuggler trying to tear up as many people as possible. Cosmic Radiance is far too late, and down goes the entire boosted Bonobos.
They could probably run it straight down mid if they wanted to. They're probably choosing to take the safe route, but they probably could have just ran straight down mid. They have a super wave there. They could have at the very least gotten both of the towers, I think. But sometimes it's worth it to take the safe spot, but you know.
Yeah, better safe than sorry. Might as well just choke them out a little bit longer.
4-29 in this game. I hate the call of games one-sided and stomps, but I mean that's what it is right now.
Are you saying it is?
It is what it is.
What
you
it
know?
is.
Rough stuff coming out here.
The hook lands on the Norman, but they're not getting too much out of that. Easy disengage for Off in the Shower.
And now they've cracked the base open. Take this inhib if they can. A little bit risky.
They should be able to. Autumn Rain full health and a lot of damage on top of it.
So yeah, take this. Now they have a free Baron for the most part.
And you hear it. That's the other type of dinner bell. Fugnuggler coming in. And Belfusor is in no man's land. Does get dropped by Norman. Piccolo Jack under the tower, taking a lot of damage. Disengage is successful, but they did pick up 2 very juicy kills.
Yeah, they might even try to just push for the win here.
And there goes the Dragon's Rage, kicking Nemr into the middle of Off in the Showers. Easy kill picked up, but Piccolo Jack does fall for it. Fugnuggler trying to run away. Very low health. The shield saves him for now. Will the next axe finish him? No, he doesn't throw it far enough. Horny Moose picks up that kill. Now Storm and Mormont's on the run. Autumn Rain should be able to pick that up with no tower to defend, but steps on a trap on his way in. Now they're going for the Nexus. HMTKD is trying his best to defend this as only a support can. The rest of the boosted Bonobos, no way they can save that Nexus. Overall, a devastating game displayed by Off in the Showers.
I have to say, I quite enjoyed that Banner Minion just chasing around Storm and Mormon. that last little bit, that was funny to watch. That was a stomp. That has to hurt being the Bonobos, but they have to clear their minds, go into this next game with a clear head. Don't worry about it too much. It's just a game, and possibly come back and put on a better show for us. But you cannot deny that Off in the Shower played extremely well that game.
Yeah, no kidding. They did a great job overall. And
yeah, every single lane won.
hopefully the boosted Bonobos aren't too heartbroken by that loss and look to recalculate what they need to do to beat Off in the Showers. But we will see that next match in a couple of minutes, as we will be going to break for now. And then we shall get to the thrilling conclusion of the Elder League, Boosted Bonobos versus Off in the Shower.